Yo, what's up, everybody? I know people will start coming in sooner or later, but I just want to actually, if people come, that's great. If they don't, that's fine too. I want to wish you a very happy 2018, I should say. Hope you did have a tremendous 2017, as it really was a very good one for yours truly and many others in that really have had a lot to do with my personal life as well as my professional life as well. So that's interesting to understand and be able to comprehend and just give the best possible wishes to everyone out there when it comes to what this wonderful profession can offer, and it's going to see what goes on as far as the future is concerned, see what things are going to be as far as I see just some notices coming in as I speak. Just a couple of things, and it's kind of weird to start, being able to do videos on the last day of the year. So that's why I titled "Starting at the End." To me, it's a little bit easier to go and recap some of the most important things that have happened throughout this year, to go in and really delve into what this specific year has really brought on to the world of football, also to a lot of other things that have really come through. And let's start from last to first, I guess you should say, to be able to see how the transfer window was led with Virgil van Dijk being able to go to Liverpool for 75 million. I mean, it was amazing to hear the guys from ESPN Brazil say that Van Dijk cost as much, actually cost more by himself than the entire Bayern Munich backline. And to me, that was just absolutely amazing to hear and mind boggling at the same time. I feel for the guy, but at the same time, I feel happy for the guy because you know that he will be earning some major chunk of change there. But that doesn't really determine a lot. That really isn't the biggest factor of it all when you start analyzing it. It will be a great deal of pressure that he will have to deal with. He will have to deal with a great deal of media pressure. Any little mistake that he makes is going to be magnified significantly. That's the big problem that he will have, and he will have to deal with, and he will have to learn to deal with throughout his time at Liverpool and maybe even beyond. Remember Andy Carroll when he went to Liverpool and they paid, what was it, like 35, 40 million pounds for him, and pretty much in a short period of time he was out of there and he was elsewhere just about a season or two later. That really shows you the amount of pressure that you have, not only as a player but also at a club like Liverpool, where there will be a great deal of demand coming from the fans, from the media, and of course from the administration there as well. So that'll be very interesting to see when it comes through. Jose Mourinho, after the match against Southampton, saying, "Oh no, the referee." Look, it's gotten tiring to hear Jose Mourinho complaining about referee. It just is absolutely draining to hear him talk about what the game of football has become to him. If you really look at it now, at first, maybe if you look at 2010, 2012, when he was at Real Madrid and towards the end of his tenure there, yeah, okay, fine. It was this us against them type of thing that he was trying to create that really either motivated the players or helped them push forward in certain instances. And to me, at this point, 2017, his time now at Manchester United becoming a I guess you could say, becoming this experience where he as a coach really hasn't shown a great deal. Let's be quite honest. He hasn't shown that ability of him being a winner, of being this tactical genius, to be quite honest with you, that he's been able to become. To me, Jose Mourinho is now just you looking for excuses because you haven't seen him develop his tactical acumen, or seeing his tactical acumen evolve into something more where he can prevent teams like Pep's Manchester City or Arsenal, whoever, to really not threaten Manchester United's presence as the team historically in the Premier League. That to me is the biggest issue as far as he is concerned, and also having the amount of talent that he's had, and you see them, and it's just really minimalistic. I mean, I guess minimalistic is even the wrong word for that. I mean, you're trying to search for words, and it's like underwhelming. You expect much more from this United team. But then you start to see that the pieces have fit as far as the personality and storylines, but when you start to put them all together collectively, there's something that's missing. And I'm not a genius in any way, shape, or form when it comes to that. But that to me has been the biggest issue as far as United not being able to find it. It's not the players per se. It's also what Jose Mourinho has been able or been unable to do from the bench. And that to me is a much greater issue at United right now than anything else. I think that that's the thing that's stopping them. Jose Mourinho is the one that's stopping Manchester United from becoming an even greater force, despite being in second place, despite being, within still shooting range, of Manchester City. I guess you could say that. They're still within shouting distance, at least. But their form, if it continues, you might start seeing them fighting for Europa League spots. And I would not be surprised in the least bit if this run of form continues for United. So when it comes to that, that's one of the things that's been very disappointing as far as United is concerned. Of course, with City, you can't stop with the accolades. You can't stop with what they've been able to do. And to me, they've been the story of the second half of 2017, that Manchester City team led by Pep Guardiola, just to see that evolution and how he's been able to take this team. It took a year to get all the knocks and all the bumps and being accustomed to it. And there are certain things that you see in this City team that you didn't see with Pep in the first season. Some of the passes that they're making, you didn't see that last year because they didn't have the confidence, they didn't have the wherewithal, they didn't have the ability or the resource or the mental wherewithal, I guess it would be the best term, when it came to that specific type of knowledge, of understanding of the game and where players had to be. They already know where player X and player Y, which one of their teammates is going to be there, and the ball usually ends up at the right spot at the right time. That is a process. That is part of the process that becomes what Pep Guardiola is doing. And it's not Pep worshipping, and it's not anything like that. It's giving credit where credit's due. He struggled last year because some of the players weren't accustomed to playing football the way that he was looking to play football. That in and of itself is the biggest problem for players to make the adaptation, make the adjustment. They made the adjustment. They understand what they need to do. They have the capability. They have the skill set. So why not be able to do it? And they've done it, and they've done it well. And it's translated onto the pitch to one of the greatest winning streaks in European football history. And it's still going, and it still has the potential to continue expanding into much bigger and brighter things. So keep that in mind. This is probably, if you want to use that tag of the best team in the world right now, in December 30th, 2017, Manchester City is the best team in the world, bar none. Now, I want to start talking more about La Liga. I'll do that in future videos. I'll talk about Serie A. I'll talk about different types of things. I want to keep it short because I just want to kind of break the ice a little bit. And I might do a review of the year a little bit later. I wanted to be able to do that, but I want to know which are the stories that you guys think are the most important in 2017. Leave some comments, leave them down there, and be able to do that and give me whatever information you want so we can talk about it. And of course, any ideas for any other videos that I can be doing in the future, just to be able to give you that little bit of confidence, that little bit of sense of participation, which you are very important in this entire process. So it's starting. It'll get better. It'll improve. And maybe I'll have a couple of guests on. Who knows? That'll be something that we'll be trying to work on in the days and weeks ahead in 2018. And maybe we can do some from Russia. Who knows? We'll keep that under wraps for now. But for the meantime, also, a big shout out to our sponsor. Believe it or not, I have a sponsor one show in, and that's the good people over at NordVP. If you want to start looking for security for your family, if you're looking for great types of security on the internet for purchases, for just viewing pleasure and not having at least the threat of being harassed or being hacked or whatever when you're searching on the internet, well, NordVP is the place. And now, even for more selfish reasons, let me be a little bit more precise with that. If you start seeing video, you hate geo-blocking, don't you? You hate geo-blocking, you hate it with a passion. That's one of the things that you have to start looking at as far as this is concerned. Geo-blocking is a problem, and NordVPN helps you get over that obstacle with their VPN service. And to me, they're the best. I've tried a few of them. I've tried a lot of them in the past, and to me, right now, NordVPN is top of the heap when it comes to protection, when it comes to the VPN service, when it comes to everything that gives you that peace of mind that you can look for any type of content anywhere in the world, that you can look for any games, any videos, anything that you want. You have that freedom with NordVPN. So check them out at nordvpn.com. I'll leave a link as far as being able to find out their services and find out some of the discounts. They have some great stuff that's going on right now over on NordVPN. Make sure you check them out. NordVPN.com. The great stuff over there. And to finally finish things off, I wanted to be able to give you a little bit more of what 2017 had. I know I don't want to do too much of a review. I want you guys to be able to kind of give me a little bit of that, of a taste, or at least a gauge of what seemed interesting to you, what didn't seem interesting to you. And we'll be discussing that in the weeks ahead. And of course, things starting to kick off again. La Liga, Serie A takes a little bit of a break, then comes back. The Premier League never stops. And then, of course, we start getting into March, where World Cup starts heating up a little bit. You have the international friendly, the only international friendly prior to the World Cup in Russia, and some of the scenarios that will be setting up prior to that point. So at that point, you'll have about, 60, 70, 80 days before the World Cup begins. So that'll be something interesting to be looking at when that starts to roll along. That'll be a lot of fun. 2018 will be a great deal of fun, and we'll be taking this on the road, because to be honest with you, there will be a couple of places where I will be, and I'll make the announcements officially in the next couple of days when those do come to fruition. So guys, remember, I'm here on YouTube. I'll be also doing some stuff real quick on Facebook Live. I'll be doing some stuff over on Periscope. I don't know about Instagram Live. You'll have to give me some requests. I have to get some Instagram love. I'm not getting a lot of Instagram love right now. I don't know why. But I try and contribute. I try and do my best. But I guess it's a process. And if I start getting demand for Instagram Live, I'll do some Instagram Live eventually. But for the time being, it's just here, Facebook, and Periscope. That's it for now. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. Have a great 2018. I'm looking forward to being with you guys every step of the way. And, between my last 2 semesters at school and between everything else that's going on, I'm looking forward to being with you along the way and helping you along the way to be able to get the best information on football. All right. Talk to you guys later. Peace.